Breathing in love, breathing out love. I know that Spirit is right here and right now. Unconditional love, divine order, wisdom, abundance, power, freedom, and peace. And I know that as this is the truth of the one, that this is the truth of me, and this is the truth as each and every beloved person in this meeting, in our community, and beyond. I know that each of us is a unique expression, living as the same love, the same wisdom, the same truth. And I send forth our intention this morning as we rise into this sunlit day to continually ask ourselves, what would love do? I know that hearts open hearts, which open hearts as I breathe into this truth. And I steep in this gratitude, and I bless each person here as I know that all is well and all is in divine order. And I simply let this prayer be by saying, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Today's reading is from Mark Nepo's book, Finding Inner Courage. The self is the only opening through which we can know the stuff of life and how it makes up the world. Being human, experience clogs up the sacred opening of self, and without facing ourselves, the self remains filmed over and small and gets very little gets through, and even that essential trickle stops touching us. It is only through the rinsed out self that we can experience compassion and truth. For sure, love and suffering can rinse out the self, but these too can be siphoned through our walls. What saves us from ourselves is the power of our own honest gaze, which remains a cleansing agent that can wash out whatever thickens within us and wash off whatever grows over our openness. In this, self-reflection is indispensable to staying fully alive. You wouldn't think of going more than a few days without washing and showering. So think of facing ourselves as spiritual hygiene. For the clogged up self is the petty self, the one who ventures into the world and finds only me. But the cleansed self is the transparent self, the one who feels the aliveness and pain in everything. This is the self that serves as an inlet to the world, always feeling what moves through. And now we welcome via video recording another great New Thought artist, Amy Steinberg.
Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, spirit divine, let me shine. I open my heart, even in the dark. The light of my God always shines bright, even in the night. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, spirit divine. Let me shine your light.
Yes. Oh, so good. We love Amy Steinberg. Post in the chat if you would like to have her be a guest at Ahava sometime. She's not too far away, just down the road in Asheville, and has so much music that she could do a whole concert. So let us know and we can make it happen. All right. So, Grand Rising, everyone. We are continuing with our series this month, kicking off the new year, and this whole year's theme is called Grand Rising. It is also the 21st day of 2024. How's it going so far, y'all? Are you remembering to start each day in a grand way? Treating each new morning as precious with as much intention as we do on New Year's Day. Remember, that was the opportunity, right? To start each day with as much intention and purpose as we put on this one time a year, the new year. Yet we have every day as a new day. Or have you noticed that your old habits and patterns are still gripping you? This 3-week mark is a good time to start to take stock, right? To see how we're doing. Are we sticking with our new intentions, or are we having those micro moments of practice every day, starting with a grand awakening and a grand rising? Or are we, again, waking up and picking up the same baggage and the same story of who we were yesterday? So it's time to take stock, to notice, not to judge ourselves, simply to notice and to reflect from a place of self-love. What are some of the practices that are working for you? I would love to make this interactive. Please share in the chat. How has your first 3 weeks of the new year been going? And again, this is a non-judgmental space. And we have this opportunity to share, not for judgment, but for reflection, for our own ability to be accountable, to reflect, to take stock. All right. And you know what? I'd love to hear from you if you have tried something new this year. Is there a new tool you're using? Ah, yes. I see Tanisha says she's using the Miracle Morning app, and that helps. I know I use Insight Timer a lot for my bedtime meditation and to kind of wind down the day. So what tools are you implementing, and or what are some of the tools and practices that maybe you've been thinking about but haven't started yet? There are so many things, and I invite you not to get overwhelmed, not to think, you know, okay, this year I'm going to do blah, 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 but right, just pick 1 or 2 things. Perhaps if you wake up with a busy mind, a practice such as the morning pages from The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron's work, or journaling could be a good way just to kind of dump those thoughts. And then breathe. Maybe it's just taking a moment, as I did this morning on this chilly morning, to just snuggle with my animals. You know, I had my dog right here and my cat right here. It was so cozy and warm. And it really allowed me to wake up and be grateful for the warmth and the love and the coziness, right? Yes. So what are some of those morning practices? Colleen's been listening to Kim Damada's musical version of the Ho'oponopono prayer. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. And Kim says that 2024 has had some challenges. Yes, it has. I'm right there with you already. And she says it is always makes her feel better to take a few minutes in the morning for her practice, no matter what's going on, right? Our gratitude list, journaling, morning pages. Yes, yes. Yoga. Yes, Lisa is committed to a yoga practice this year. So it doesn't have to be this elaborate thing. It doesn't have to take a lot of time or money. We don't have to buy the fancy oils, right? Or create the perfect little meditation room. Wherever we are, we can implement our practice. In these simple moments, they can shift our energy and our tension. Because what we know is where our attention goes, energy flows. Yes. Patty says she's grateful for this notion of a grand rising because it helps to change her day. Yes. And the daily guides, the Science of Mind magazine, a great resource. Yes. The mindfulness, the meditation, exercise, moving our bodies. Another thing I started implementing, especially in the winter months when things can be extra dry, is to take that time and just love myself up with some lotion or oil after I shower, and not have it be like a chore, right? It's not like, oh, I have to get ready, but like actually be mindful with it and be present and nourish and notice, like be grateful, oh, for my arms, my smooth skin, all of these things that we often do anyway, we can do with more intentionality and make it a spiritual practice. So with this theme, Grand Rising, starting each day by waking up and saying to ourselves, Grand Rising, it's a simple way to lift our consciousness to that of wholeness and love. The simple practice of starting our day with intention and mindfully incorporating this attitude of gratitude is one way that we can begin to create a daily spiritual practice. And this awareness allows us to deepen our understanding of spirit, God, life, the universe itself, being willing to see the wonders of life in everyday living. So daily practice of greeting ourselves and each other with a grand rising reminds us that not only are we physically awake, but we are also consciously awake and aware and have the opportunity to live another day in a grand way, right? Because there's no reason that we simply have to live an ordinary status quo basic life, right? Who wants to be basic? The fact is that we are all extraordinary beings. The fact that we're alive is an extraordinary thing. So how can we remind ourselves of this truth every day? Grand rising, right? So we're taking this week to reflect, to notice, perhaps what are some of the shifts we're already starting to see if we are incorporating some new habits. So I invite you now also to put that in the chat. If you've been practicing something new, what have you noticed? How has it changed you? What is the benefit? What is the experiment? What's the experience of the divine experiment of starting each day in a grand way? And remember, patience. Now, don't pray for patience, right? Because we know what happens when we pray for patience. The universe will give us so many opportunities to experience patience. But what I mean by patience is in this kind of instant gratification society that we live in, where we can just Google and know anything right here, right now, we expect things just to boop like that. we can sometimes use that against ourselves when it comes to reflecting on our own growth. And we can think, well, why hasn't this happened yet, right? I did my prayer yesterday. Why haven't I manifested? Why haven't I demonstrated? What's going on, right? So what we know is that each prayer, once it is released into the action of the law, that it is already done in the mind of God, that it is instant. Yet it takes time in our own experience for our beliefs to catch up to that of the fulfillment of our desires in the universe. So that's where the work is, right? So the manifestation, the realization occurs in an instant. Yet the patience is where our work comes, to be reflective, to notice, not from a place of judgment, but of self-love. And that space between our desired intention, our prayer, and the moment it becomes fulfilled is the opportunity. Because that is where all our beliefs, those old ways of being, those things that tell us we're not good enough, we're not worthy. And some of them can be so subtle and unconscious that, we can think consciously, but I have a healthy self-esteem. I love myself. I believe myself. I know that I'm capable, right? But there can still be those unconscious things that are playing out and holding us back from actually experiencing what we desire. So the work is to notice, to pay attention, and to become aware of where those unconscious beliefs are outpicturing, right? Are coming up and kind of perhaps blocking our demonstration, because there's something that needs to shift within our own mindset, within our own consciousness, our set of beliefs, to fully know that we are worthy, whole, perfect, and complete, and that we do deserve all that we desire. So the patience comes as the opportunity to notice and reflect and to see perhaps where there is still work to be done. To slow down and just be present with what is, taking things moment by moment, one step at a time. When we judge our progress, it slows down our growth. But when we stay present to that which is occurring on our emotional level, our physical level sometimes, right? That gives us clues of like, ooh, something, I may say this, but my body is telling me I perhaps don't quite believe it yet. So how can I dig in more there? And I bet if you were to go back and reflect on your life over the course of a year, 2, 3, you will see with that hindsight perspective, the immense growth and shifts that you have experienced in your life. But when we're right here in it, it's sometimes hard to notice those subtle shifts, yes? Mark Nepo reminds us that being and becoming take time. And this commitment to stay open is at the very core of what it means to be a person. And guess what? We're all people. We're all people, as far as I know. We might have some animals watching on Zoom with us today, but so this process of being and becoming is something that I encourage us to just invite in grace for our own becoming. Letting go of our own expectations of the way things should or shouldn't be, and instead open to allowing for how the universe is seeking to express through us. Starting each day anew with a grand rising allows us to ground ourselves in the presence of the truth of our being and to have a fresh start, giving ourselves permission to release what no longer serves, those old ways, those old habits, and giving ourselves permission and grace to be willing to look at it, to notice, to see where those old beliefs and patterns are. So as we bring this energy of a grand rising into our lives, let's remember that spirit is always with us. The universe always has our back, our side, our front. Spirit is with us on this journey of becoming, and always, as our affirmation said, conspiring for our highest and best. So what does that mean? You know, when I hear that, sometimes I think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat here, but this idea that the universe is always conspiring for our good. It trips me up sometimes because it can have me thinking that the universe or God is like some outside force like a cheerleader, right? Like, come on, you can do this, you can do this, which creates a separation. And I know and truly believe, right, that all things work together for good, that the universe is conspiring for the highest and good, for my highest good, and the highest and good for the entire collective. So what does that mean in this idea of oneness, that we are not separate, that there is no God out there saying, come on, you can do this? To me, it's this idea of the universe as energy, as vibration, right? The truth of the universe as these vibrational qualities of wholeness, of freedom, of creativity, of love, right? And the idea of the universe conspiring for our good is that there is a field of pure potentiality. If you think of it kind of more of like quantum physics, right? And all these things are possible. And the true nature of the universe lives within us. It is in our very cells. It is the makeup of who we are, right? So if anything is possible, and we live in this field of pure potentiality, what that means is that we get to co-create. We get to co-create with this infinite field of possibility what we desire. And knowing that the universe, that life is love, is this pure vibration of truth, of love, of peace, of creativity, of freedom, then like attracts like. So it's not like some person saying, I'm going to pull these strings on the other side to make things work out for you. But instead, it's this vibrational quality that's like a magnet that the universe is calling us into alignment, into this attractive resonance of freedom, of creativity. Now, what that may look like in our individual lives, we get to choose, because what brings me joy is very different than what may bring someone else joy. Some people really love thrills, right? Like diving, cliff diving, and roller coasters and race car driving. That brings them joy, right? So their vibration in that moment of pure now experience of the thrill of skydiving, for example, the vibration is that in congruency of the universe, because it is of joy, it is of freedom. Yet if I were to experience that, I might not have the same experience. My vibration may be more of fear and anxiety. And so the idea is to notice how we are feeling. Notice what we are attracted to, what makes us uniquely come alive. And then in this field of pure potentiality, we get to shape those experiences. We get to create, we get to choose what we desire. We get to create our lives in that way. By noticing and aligning with the things that bring us joy, that bring us life, right? Is it a full body yes? Do you feel alive when you think of a certain opportunity or career or person or relationship? Or do you feel, right? Your body will tell us. Are you feeling constricted? Is there a pit in your stomach? Is there tension somewhere? And just dive in a little deeper, because sometimes the tension, the fear is normal and it's something to overcome. It may be the opposite end of excitement and we just need to move along that energetic spectrum. But other times, and we will, we can cultivate this as our own intuition, as our own understanding of what brings us life and energy and joy. So that is how the universe is always working upon our favor by providing these dials, so to speak, right, of noticing how we feel. Are we feeling in alignment with something or not so much? So there's not some outside God that's going to say, nope, you can't do this or you shouldn't do that, blah, 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 blah. But we have the power of choice. We have the power of awareness to notice, to pay attention, and then to choose what we desire to experience and to create our life with as much intention as we can. Right? Not doing things out of obligation anymore. Yes, we have responsibilities, but even within our responsibilities, how can we choose to see those responsibilities in a new way? Not as a burden, right? We all have to eat. Some people love to cook, others don't. So how can we see these responsibilities, paying bills, driving our kids around to activities, right? Can we make the most of it? We are always at choice, and we can choose to make today a grand day, a grand rising. What I've noticed in this kind of new world of communication, where so much communication is done with text, right? Or email or social media, it's so much more written instead of in person or even by phone, like it used to be back in the day. Remember landlines? But what I've noticed is as we shift to this kind of new way of communicating, it's often very fast in our hustled world as well, right? That there is so much more opportunity for misunderstanding, misinterpreting. A simple sentence, a simple fact, statement can be interpreted in so many ways. I think of this from the perspective of having studied acting, right? One of the things we do is like you can be given a line and you can say that line in so many different ways based on your character's motivation, right? So are they saying it to get something from someone else? Are they saying it with a sense of urgency, with a sense of fear? What's the emotion behind it? Are you saying it with love, with joy? So the same is true in our daily life. And when we receive a communication via an email or a text or whatnot, we don't always know the other person's intention because we're not in their field, right? Like for me, I am highly receptive to energy. And if I'm in someone's physical presence, I can pick up, I can feel the energy more and the intention than what the actual words are said. But when I'm left alone with just the simple statement of a text or an email or something posted on social media, what I noticed for myself, and I had an experience of this somewhat recently, which has had me thinking about this, is that my interpretation of the person's statement is really more about me than about them. It's about where I am in that moment. So, like I said, I had an experience a week or so ago where I noticed my default kind of response was feeling kind of threatened. And, I kind of go into this heightened sense of like defense. And then I stopped. And I think actually what had happened is I shared, with a beloved, and their response was just kind of confused and neutral as to why I was having such a reaction, which then made me reflect, right? It created that space and be like, okay, well, yeah, you're right. I guess I could choose to see this because I only have this amount of information, right? I can choose to see this as a threat or as supportive. Two very different things. And the fact that I was feeling threatened in that moment showed me that it was time for me to reset, to practice some self-love, to notice what was coming up, that old story, that old pattern, that inner child, whatever it was. And then bring my new self, my today self, my grown-up rainbow to the room and to be present with it and see it from a whole new way. And nothing changed with the other person. That all occurred within me. Has anyone else had a similar experience? Right? So as the reading shared, and as this book, The Four Pivots, invites us to look at, this first pivot is from lens to mirror, right? Instead of looking outside, look within, because that is where our opportunity for healing occurs. Awareness is key. Being willing to step outside of our pattern thoughts and our reactions and to question, to create a little space and to see things from multiple angles or multiple perspectives, and then choose that story, that meaning that we are going to choose to make about the situation. And if the universe is always conspiring for our good, how can we too conspire for our good? By aligning with that vibration, the pure love and wholeness and freedom of the universe, and choose to see things as for us and not against us. Right? Ooh, deep breath. Ooh. And it just takes a bit of willingness to challenge our own perspective, to see things with new eyes, and to choose how we are going to respond instead of react. And if we're unsure, ask questions. Don't make assumptions. Don't make up the worst and then call 5 friends and get them all on your side and make someone else the enemy when it's maybe not even true, right? At any given time, we are at choice. And how we choose to respond and react is our opportunity and our opportunity to do our own healing. Our work is within, not without. And yet, the way our lives are often led, we can be very outward focused, right? So we can see things out there that we desire to shift in our experience. And the natural tendency would be want to rearrange things out there in the world of form to make them better. But the real work is within. If we desire to shift things out there, the only way to do that is in here. Opening up to possibility thinking allows us to experience something new, to have a healing, a shift in our relationships, by being willing to experience each moment, each day anew, and to remember the truth and the true nature of the universe, and that too is who we are. Dr. Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook on page 157 says, there will never be an end to any of the eternal verities like truth, love, beauty. There will never be an end to God, nor any of the attributes which are co-eternal and coexistent with God. If we are wise, we shall cultivate a faith in these realities. So where are you placing your faith today? In the realities of the conditions of the world? Are you placing your faith in the realities of your own inner thoughts, wounded childhood experiences? Or are you choosing heaven today? Are you choosing peace today? Are you choosing love today? Are you walking the road of heaven right now? So regardless of how big our own personal challenges, our social challenges are, spirit is always present, and therefore possibility, potentiality exist. For nothing is set. It is always moving. Life is a constant vibration, a constant movement of energy, and we are always becoming. And what and who and how we are becoming is up to us. And when we forget, we can lean into one another to remind ourselves of the truth. But notice and be mindful of who's in your inner circle. Are there people that are going to remind you of the truth of who you are in the world? Or are there people who are addicted to the drama of everything that's bad and wrong in the world? Choose wisely, right? Intentionally starting our day with a grand rising connects us with our faith and the truth and the love and the beauty of life. And the simple morning practice of being intentional with how we start our day and greet each other as well will allow us to ground ourselves in this truth every day. And the more we develop that habit and that practice, the more it becomes our default and the stronger our faith becomes. Yes. So let us now just take a moment. And we're going to turn within. As I speak this word, knowing and recognizing the one life as love, as beauty, as freedom, of possibility. this energy, this presence that is the very thing that beats my heart, that breathes me. It is the very energy of life itself expressing in, as, and through me. So I know that this day is good, is grand, for I am awake, aware, and alive, that I am one with all. And as I speak this word for myself, I know this must be true for each and every person hearing the sound of my voice this day, for we are one. One. Living life as love, as freedom, a divine expression of life. So it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word now for all those who are hearing and needing this prayer this day, to know that right where we are, love is. And how good it is that we are always at choice. That right here, right now, I can choose and choose again. For we are always becoming our greatest yet to be. So I invite in grace and love in this journey, knowing that right here, right now, a healing is happening. That I am willing to let go of the past and to begin again, to see myself anew, to move through this world, letting love lead the way, always assuming the best, allowing love to be the healer, opening up to the highest and best opportunities and possibilities of my heart's desires being manifest right here, right now. Consciously aligning my vibration to that of the pure wholeness of the universe. Consciously aligning my vibration now with that of pure joy, freedom, abundance. Yes, how good it is to know this truth, how good it is to be awake and aware this day and to know that I am always at choice. So grateful for the fulfillment of this prayer, that I release it into the action of the law now, knowing that it always says yes. Yes, yes, and so it is. So it is. So now we have an opportunity to have another song by one of our friends, another amazing New Thought artist, Mr. Jamie Lula. Take it away. Oh, that's Miss Tina. We're coming to that next for gratitude, but we're going to have another featured song with Jamie Lula.
I'm gonna let love show me the way. I'm gonna let love guide me today. I'm gonna let love and get love to carry me through. I'm gonna let love lead me to you. I'm gonna know love every day. I'm gonna know love in every way. I'm gonna know love and grow love and show love is true. I'm gonna let love lead me to you, to you. I open my heart to you, my love from the start to you. I give and receive I'm gonna be love. Every day I'm gonna be love. And every way I'm gonna be love and see love in all that I do. I'm gonna let love lead me to you. Oh, oh, I'm gonna let love lead me to you.
Yes, give it up for Jamie Lula. Woo! Yes, yes. So soulful, so heartful. Let love lead. We are going to move into now our time of conscious giving, and we get to all do it online today. And there's several ways you can give. You can go to our website. There is a give tab there. You can also text the word give to 859-209-6996, or you can mail in your gifts to 168 Burt Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40503. So I invite you now to place your hands over your heart and repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Yes. So let us take a moment now and just generate that feeling of gratitude as we circulate our financial good through this wonderful form of technology. And we have the opportunity now to hear from our very own Miss Tina.
Yeah, 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 gratitude. Yeah, 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 gratitude. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're muted, don't worry about it.
Gratitude. Yeah, 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 gratitude. Gratitude for my feet. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my needs. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my legs. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my hips. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my arms. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my shoulders. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my mind. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my voice. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for protection. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for rejection. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for elevation. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for high vibration. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my family. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for community. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my sisters. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my brothers. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude for my ancestors. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. In all things I am grateful. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. For all things I am grateful. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude. Yeah, yeah, gratitude. Thank you.
That was fantastic. It's always wonderful to hear from Miss Tina. And I'm back. I'm Lisa Woods, and we have some happenings to talk about. So first up, we want to let everybody know that the chakra class starts next Saturday, which is, I believe, the 27th. And then our shamanism visioning workshop has been moved to March 2nd. please register in advance so we know to expect you. And also we wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that is a donation-based class or workshop, and all of the donations go to benefit Ahava. So huge thank you and shout out there. That's going to be fabulous. We also have our foundations class starting soon on Mondays, 6:30 to 8:30. You can register online for that. And again, we want to make sure everybody knows not to let finances in any way stand in your way. So reach out to a core council member, reach out to Reverend Rainbow. There are all kinds of options to make sure that everybody who wants to be part of this is able to, and please know you're absolutely welcome. And then also we have grief circles with our very own Patty Cooper starting next Sunday, the I think Sunday's the 28th, 27th or 28th. I'm gonna have to look at a calendar, but next weekend, check it out. It's a six week session. It's only $25. The first session is about coping. This is a fantastic resource for all of us to be reminded that we are not alone. So please join us for all of these happenings. And now we have a special announcement from one of our core council members, Jean Williams.
Good morning, you all. This month,
sure they can hear you.
can you hear me? Okay. This month, our Giving Sunday nonprofit is Michael's, a very young organization that is working under their church's 501c. Previously homeless themselves, the Michaels now operate an organization that provides warm blankets, meals, and winter gear to those experiencing homelessness. We're collecting clothing. Ahava is collecting clothing, blankets, gloves, socks, stocking caps, tents, rain gear, whatever is needed by homeless people. I will take any items that we collect to Mitchell's distribution point on Tuesday. The items don't need to be new, but they need to be clean. If you can't get your donations to Ahava by Tuesday, I will pick them up. I know this is short notice, but the need is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Yes, thank you for sharing that. And we're going to put out a bin, like a Tupperware bin outside the community room door at Ahava this evening. And you can drop off your donations there, and the building will be open most of tomorrow as well. And then Jean, it's like in 2 days on Tuesday that you're going to pick those up, correct, Jean? Okay. So if we can go through your storage, your garage, find some nice, gently used, if not new, items to donate to help support those in our community who are experiencing houselessness and needing to stay warm. So thank you for sharing that, Alois. It's an opportunity for us all to give back as well. All right, so we are going to bring our service to a close here. A reminder that you can submit a prayer request online and have a practitioner reach out to you via phone or send you a prayer, or simply know that you are in our prayers, even if you do not want to receive a phone call or a written prayer. And that is on our website. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted if I keep looking over here because my cat is laying in the sun, pouring through the window, and there's like a pillow, and she has her paw over it, like snuggling the pillow in the light, and it is just the cutest thing. So that's why I keep doing this, because it brings me joy. Yes, practitioners are here to pray for you. So let us now speak our benediction, and then we're going to have one more song to close us out. if you are on Zoom, please stick around after that for some fellowship. I know we have some friends on here that we haven't seen in a while because they moved far away, and we would love to catch up with you. If you're watching on the live stream and want to hop on the Zoom, you are welcome to go ahead and join us now, and look for that Zoom link in our community page listing or in your email, or if you got the text this morning. Okay, so repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my affairs. I accept it. I am it. I share it. Just the way it appears, and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Yes. And now for our closing song. You should know this. We've been doing it together. So please sing along. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day.
Woo, woo, woo. Yes, yes. All right. So we have ended the